Hi everyone, so here is topic 5 Math Museum. We're going to go over all the questions and I will post this video as soon as it's ready. So our first question is select all the equations that are reasonable estimates for the quotient 184 divided by 8. So what you want to do is you want to take a look at the number 184 and the number 8, and you want to get as close as possible to those two numbers. So 160 divided by 8. 8 is close, but 160 is a little far away. So we're going to say no to that one. 200 divided by 5. Well, I know if I round 184 to the nearest hundred, I get 200. So that's going to be a yes. Okay, now I have to keep going because remember it says select all. So when you see that, you always know it's more than one. Then I look at 180 divided by 9. Wow, that's really close because 180 is close to 184 and 9 is close to 8. That's a definite yes. Okay, 150 feels a little far away and that's not exact. So I'm going to say no to that one. And looking at this one, 180, well, that's really close to 184. So we are going to say yes to that one. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Draw a bar diagram to solve the equation and then solve. Well, I'm going to be okay with this. 2,400 divided by 6 because your goal is to know how to divide. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to control those zeros. And now this is a simpler fact. But let's say I don't remember my 6 times tables. I'm going to write them out. Okay, skip counting is going to be your best friend when it comes to division. So now I look, am I close to 24? Wow, right on the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 6 is 24. And what do I do with all those zeros? I just hold the place value there because I know anything times 0 is 0. So there you go. Your answer is 400. Mrs. Bolus has 2 pieces of fabric to make costumes. One piece is 11 yards long and the other is 15 yards long. Each costume requires 3 yards of fabric. So she cuts it. Visualize this. She cuts 3 yards, she makes a costume. She cuts 3 yards, she makes a costume. How many costumes can Mrs. Bolus make? How do the remainders affect the number of costumes she can make? Well, I'm going to do 11 divided by 3, and I'm going to do 15 divided by 3. So I think to myself, what times 3 is close to 11? 12 is too big, don't go too high, so it would be 9. So 3 times 3 is 9. Then I subtract, and I get a remainder of 2. And move on to the next equation. But keep in mind that 3 is very important. Do I have an exact? I do. Good. So 5 times 3 is 15. Now I take those two quotients and I need to add them together because she can make 3 costumes out of the 11-yard fabric and she can make 5 costumes out of the 15-yard fabric. So 3 plus 5 equals 8 total costumes. Now it says, how do the remainders affect the number of costumes? She cannot make another costume because the remainder is 3. That's all. It doesn't need to be a whole paragraph. You don't need to give me races and details. Just give me a simple sentence as to why. All right. Here we go. How about this one? Write an equation to show how to divide 453 into 3 equal groups. And done. Thank you, thank you. So now, the next part, because this is A, so there's always going to be a B. There might be a C. You do not have to solve using partial quotients if you're not comfortable, okay? So you can just solve using standard algorithm. So, set myself up for success. The better you get at skip counting, the easier division is going to be. How many groups go into 4? What times 3 is close to 4? Well, I know 1 times 3 is close to 4 without going over. And remember, Doreen Murphy sings beautifully. Okay? So, now I subtracted, I need to bring down. What times 3 is 15? Right on the nose, 5. 5 times 3 is 15. I subtract and I get 0. Now, oh, I'm done, 0. Nope, you still have to bring down. You have to make sure you get to the ones place. So what times 3 is 3? And you have no remainder, so your answer is 151. Next question. What is the best estimate for 3,350 divided by 8? My advice to you, solve first. Then find the answer that is closest to your quotient. So 3,350 divided by 8. I'm going to skip count. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. Mrs. Guider's getting old. Did I mess that up? No. 64. Mrs. Guider's getting old. 72. There we go. Okay, so I cover it up. What times 8 is close to 33? 4. 4, oops, almost forgot. Doreen Murphy sings beautifully. 4 times 8 is 32. Subtract, I get 1. I bring down the 5. As close as 16 is, it is not the answer. You have to go with 8. 1 times 8 is 8. I subtract and I bring it down, and now I have 70. Which number is close to 70? 64. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 8 is 64. I subtract and I have a remainder of 6. Now I look at my answers. Which one is the best estimate? 600's too big. 200's too small. 800's way too big. My answer is 400. Don't overthink it. Draw an array and solve the equation. You don't have to draw an array, just solve the equation. I want to see if you can divide. That is my number one goal. Now, which number is close to 48? 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 9 is 45. Subtract 5, remainder 3. Done. Very, very easy. Okay? Use compatible numbers to estimate the quotient. 530 divided by 9. Then find the exact answer. Use, find. There are 2 steps here. This one you have to find compatible numbers. So there are different options. You could do 500 divided by 10 equals 50. You could do 540 divided by 9 equals 60. You could do 530 divided by 10 equals 53. If you get within a reasonable estimate, it is correct. But then I have to find the exact answer. So I do 9, 530, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81. Which is close. 54 is close, but it is too big, so I've got to go 45. 5 times 9 is 45. I subtract, then I get 8. I bring down the 0, because remember, even though that's a 0, it is a place value. You still need to work it out until you get to the ones place. Which one is close to 80? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 9 is 72. I subtract, and I have 58, remainder 8. So this is part of your answer. That's part 1. And this is part 2. You need to do both steps here. Okay? Next one. Oh my goodness, you're so lucky. 4,800 divided by 6 using place value strategy. What basic fact did you use? So 6. Oh my goodness, I don't remember my 6 times tables. Good, I'm going to write them out. Okay, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. What is, oh, right on the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 times 6, right? 8 times 6 is 48. 6 times 8 is 48. That one rhymes. That's how I always remembered it. Now, I have all these zeros I need to tackle. No big deal, because anything times 0 is 0. Okay? Now, your answer is 800. What basic fact did you use? I used 48 divided by 8 equals 6, or 6 times 8 is 48. Either one works for me. They're both basic facts. Okay. Get ready for this one. This one's a lot of work. Select all the equations in which the remainder is 5. So select all the equations means I've got to solve every single one and see which one has a remainder of 5. So if you need extra paper for this one, of course you may have it, okay? Maybe you can see it. Good, okay. 9 and 59. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81. Which comes close? Sorry, guys. Which comes close? The 54. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Remember. Okay. 6 times 9 is 54. I subtract. And I get, ooh, a remainder of 5. Winner, winner. You are not done because you have to select all the equations. So my next one is going to be 352 divided by 6. What is close to 35? What times 6 is close to 35? Okay, I'm gonna write it out here. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. Okay, I know that 30 is close. So 5 times 6 is 30. I subtract, and I get 5. I bring down the 2. Which one's close? The 48. 8 times 6 is 48. 4, oh, remainder is 4. Nope, sorry, I'm looking for a remainder of 5. Okay, next one, I'm gonna move up to here. 788 divided by 9. Well, I've already written out my skip counting for 9, so that's easy. I can't do 7 divided by 9, but I can get close to 78. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 9 is 72. Then I subtract, and I get 6. I bring down the 8, because remember, after subtract, I bring down. What's close to 68? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 9 is 63. Oh boy. 8 minus 3 is 5. So yes, my third option is also an equation that applies. Now I'm going to get to 1,486 divided by 7. And yes, the numbers are getting larger, and that might make you nervous. But remember, it's the same steps. You just have to repeat it. Sometimes it's 1 step, sometimes it's 2 steps, and sometimes it's 3 steps. But as long as you know the divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down, you're fine. Okay? I haven't written out my 7s yet, so let's do that. 18, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 50. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze, maybe? Maybe not. Nope. 56, 63. So, ooh, I can do 7 divided by 14. I know that that's 2. 14, and yes, I have come upon a 0, but remember, I have to work it out until the ones place. So my next step is to bring down. What times 7 is close to 8? 1. 1 times 7 is 7, minus 1, and I bring down the 6 to make it a 16. What times 7 is close to 16? That's 2. 2 times 7 is 14. But I am looking for a remainder of 5, so this one does not apply. And I'm finally on my last equation. I'm really working for these points today, everybody. So I do 2,957 divided by 8. Well, I haven't written out my 8s, have I? I wrote out 6, 9, and 7. Let's write out the 8s. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 54. No, not 54, Mrs. Guider. 56, 64. Oh, boy. 64, 72. Okay. 2 divided by 8 I can't do. I'm going to get close to 29 when I do 3 times 8 and I get 24. And I subtract and I get 5. My next move, bring down 55. Which one is close to 55? 56 is close, but it is too big. So I've got to go to 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 8 is 48. Then I subtract, and I get, okay. See how close, right? 7, it's not 8, as long as it's lower than 8. And my last bring down, 72 is close. 9 times 8 is 72. I subtract, and we look at that, another remainder 5. So, my first, my third, and my fifth option are all remainder 5. So yes, sometimes you have to do 5 equations to get your answer. The pizza stand gives patrons a free pizza when they collect 8 coupons. Patrons are customers, okay? I don't know if you knew that word, but customers, right? People who shop there and eat there. When they collect 8 coupons. So for every 8 coupons, they give you a free pizza. How many free pizzas can Mrs. Fowler get if she has 78 coupons? Let's stop there. We want to answer this first question first. So, how many free pizzas can Mrs. Fowler get if she has 78 coupons? Well, we can do 78 divided by 8, because for every 8 she gets a free pizza. I'm going to write out my 8s. 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, 64, 72. Okay, well, I'm looking, and the closest I can get is 72. 9 times 8 is 72. Now, the remainder is going to be very important, because let's look at the second question. How does the remainder affect the number of free pizzas she gets? Well, she can get 9 pizzas, okay? She doesn't have enough for the 10th. So you can write that. She can get 9 pizzas. She cannot get a 10th because she only has 6 coupons. Answered the second question. How many more coupons does she need for the next free pizza? Well, if she needs 8 and she has 6, she needs 2 more coupons. Right? I'm not asking for a short story. I'm not asking for an essay. Just a couple of sentences explaining why she needs 2 more coupons and why she can't get a 10th. Holly uses 7 sheets of tissue paper to make 1 flower. If she bought a package with 500 sheets of tissue paper, how many flowers will Holly be able to make? Use compatible numbers to estimate the number of flowers. So they're looking for an estimate here. You can solve like you would normally solve, right? But then you have to come up with rounding at the ends. So I'm going to write out my 7s. And the more you write this out, the better you're gonna get. I promise. Okay, so what times 7 is close to 50? Ooh, 49 is really close. Multiply, then I subtract, and I bring down. The steps remain the same. Just follow the steps. Now, what times 7 is close to 10? 7 times 1 is close to 10. 1 times 7 is 7, and then I subtract. So she can make exactly 71 flowers. She can also make about 70 flowers. Just round to the nearest 10 or the nearest 100, depending on your answer. Last question, everybody. Use an equation to show how to separate 128 into 4 equal groups. Don't worry about how to explain how to check, okay? 128 divided by 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, okay? So now, 1 divided by 4, I cannot do it. 12 divided by 4, that I can do. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Dory Murphy sings beautifully. Then I subtract and I get 0. Now I have to bring down. What times 4 is 8 or close to it? Ooh, right on the nose again. 2. 2 times 4 is 8 and 0. So your answer is 32. I hope this was helpful. Please watch this a couple of times if you got stuck on a few of them, especially the one about the cutting of the fabric and the pizza parlor. But remember, as long as you take it a step at a time, as long as you are skip counting, you're going to be just fine. I will see you guys soon. Bye.